This is Dr. Randy Grill, the nursing home dentist. Today, I'd like to talk about brushing and specifically the modified Bass brushing technique because it is the best for an elderly person. Number one, you're going to use a small bristle brush, preferably a pedo brush or a little child's brush. You don't need much. This is about as big as brush as that I'd want to use. Another thing, we're going to use a model today. The number one thing that I want to emphasize is when you brush, please do not brush back and forth on a long-term care resident, nursing home resident. You will hurt their gums. They will refuse brushing when you do it. And another thing is you do not have to actually have them see. A lot of times I'll sneak the brush into the cheeks and I'll actually be above them like this. They'll be sitting in their comfy chair, their wheelchair. I may have to bend down a little bit, but I'm doing all the feeling with this because the modified Bass brushing technique is nothing more than taking one tooth at a time, aiming the bristle at a 45-degree angle, and you just very gently, not even with the pressure you use on a pencil, you just put it at a 45-degree angle on the tooth, on the very back tooth. You just 1 second, you just kind of put the bristles up under the gums very gently, and then you just scrape it down. So it's a 45-degree angle, just a small brush, just not back and forth. You're staying on one tooth. The plaque is disrupted and it takes almost no pressure at all if you do this every day. So you take each tooth and you just go like 1 second and then down. You go to the next tooth. You don't even have to see it. You'll feel it. If they're resistive, I mean, if they let you and you can look in there, that's fine. You can do this from the front, like that in their wheelchair, in their comfy chair, laying in bed. The position matters not. You just have to get the toothbrush on every tooth, jiggle it, just very light pressure, and come down. Go to the next tooth or two, maybe do 2 teeth at a time, but 1 tooth at a time, and go like that. Go all the way around, just like what I'm doing right now, and you don't have to see. You can feel it because you're being gentle. You're not using a huge brush. The bristles are soft, a soft, small toothbrush. You move it around wherever you can get it, and you go. If they clench and they bite on the instrument, well, it's plastic. It's not going to hurt them a whole lot. But if they bite and you think they're going to harm themselves, just do the front side. That's better than nothing. And so once you finish all the front side, and it takes very little time, no scrubbing, remember, you put it on the inside and you just put it at a 45-degree angle and you just scoot it down. You do 1 or 2 teeth at a time, but this is all it takes. When you get to the front teeth, you just take the bristles right there, put it at a 45-degree angle, and you come down like that. You don't need toothpaste also. Toothpaste makes the breath feel better. It has fluoride in it for children. As an adult, the fluoride toothpaste, there's an argument, is not as important. In fact, it may make bones brittle. So you just come up here and go like that. You don't need a toothpaste because that means it's a big production. You got to have them spit out and have a cup there, talking about spitting out, and just have them spit into a cup. If they want to use toothpaste, have them do that alone if they can do that, or if you want to take them to the sink, that's fine. But this is kind of the most important thing to do, is get the bristles on the tooth. The toothpaste, if you can do it and have them spit in a cup, just use a pea size maximum because that limits what you can do and what you can feel. So on the upper, you just take it, you do every tooth like that, and it's no big deal. You can sit and talk to them. It's not, and you just try to jiggle it very gently so it doesn't hurt them, and then brush it down. And on the lower, you do the same thing. You just kind of jiggle, come up, jiggle down there, come up, maybe do 2 teeth at a time, jiggle, come up. If you're doing it on yourself, you don't want to do 1 tooth, you can walk around the house when you're doing the modified bass technique, I'd say most dentists I know teach the modified bass brushing technique because it's so effective in getting off the plaque. And so when you finish on the front side, on the lower, and you can sit and watch a game show while you're doing this. The time doesn't matter, but please don't ask them right before bedtime when they're tired. You're almost always going to get refusals at that time, and you don't come up and say, would you like your teeth brushed? Say it's time for oral care now. You just stick it in there. Since you don't need toothpaste, you're not confined to having it be a big deal in the bathroom. And if they do need to spit, always have a little cup there for them to spit into, and you're just fine. So you're going to do a 45-degree technique and up, and this is just basic bass brushing. When you're finished with all those, you go on the inside if they'll let you. It's better to just do the outside, and you just vibrate it and just flick it up, vibrate it, flick it up. On the lower teeth, you could go like that if you want. Okay, you can go like that and just up a little bit. It's not a big deal. And we are done, and you've done a wonderful brushing technique. Flossing's a little trickier. I'll do a different video on flossing in the future, but if you have any questions and we're in the facility, please stop and ask us, and we'll either make another tape or we'll come in and show you. Thank you so much. This is Dr. Randy Grill, the nursing home dentist, on modified bass brushing technique for long-term care residents. Thank you so much.